Here we're going to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of angle x. And angle x is right here. So our first step is to label our sides. I like to always label the hypotenuse first, which is the side that is directly across from our right angle. I always think of this right angle symbol as kind of pointing towards the hypotenuse. Then let's label the opposite side. This is the side that is directly across from the angle. And then adjacent. Adjacent means directly next to that angle. So there's actually two sides that are next to angle x. There's this one and this one. That's why I like to always label the hypotenuse first. The hypotenuse is also adjacent to the angle. But that one's already been labeled, so the side that is 6 is going to be our adjacent. Then I like to write down the trig ratios using the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA. So those are already written up here in the white box. So is saying that sine equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Ka is saying that cosine equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And TOA is saying that tangent equals the opposite over adjacent. So once you have those written down, it's just simply substituting the numbers in for the O, the H, and the A. So looking at the sine, opposite is 8, hypotenuse is 10. So the sine is 8/10, which we can simplify to 4/5 or 0.8. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that is 6/10, which is the same as 3/5 or 0.6. And then TOA is opposite, which is 8 over adjacent, which if we simplify this fraction, we get 4/3 or 1.3 repeating. Now, let's think about how this might change if we change the angle. What if we look at this angle here instead? Let's call this angle Y. How would the sine and cosine and tangent of this angle change? Would it be the same? No, because now the hypotenuse is always the hypotenuse of a right triangle, but our opposite and adjacent sides are now switched. Remember, the opposite side is the one directly across from that angle. So that 6 would now be our opposite. And this one right here would be our adjacent. So again, if we write down our ratios for sine, cosine, and tangent, we can then substitute in the 8, the 6, and the 10 for the A, the O, and the H. And then simplify to get your answers.